Welcome to Graspable AI. Here is, I think, the last video for now when it comes to AI friends. Fourth video, this one focusing on how to teach about AI friends for secondary school when you have adolescents. Again, some core assumptions, even for this teaching video. Using the students' experiences and thoughts as the starting point. I think that's a great place to start when it comes to complex matters and pretty personal matters like AI friends. Creating a safe environment for discussions. This can be personal and even intimate, which means that having a safe place is great. Focusing on critical thinking rather than rules and prohibitions. At a school, you can kind of control what kids and students do at school, but you cannot control what they do outside school. So you have to build, help them use AI in a sensible way also outside of school. Providing, as in the previous video, providing clear guidelines for when to seek help. And this is in this video, I'm also going to talk about societal aspects of AI friends and how to teach about that. All right, if you haven't looked at the previous video teaching about AI friends in primary school, go ahead and do that because I'm going to refer to it in some parts. That being said, when should you teach about AI friends in the way covered in this video? Well, when students reach adolescence, I think it's time to have new discussions on AI friends because there are new aspects coming into this, like sexuality. And also in upper secondary school, it makes sense to teach about the societal aspects of AI friends. Who should teach? Well, on the more individual matters, I think class mentors or school nurses is a good example or good candidates. When it comes to the societal aspects, we have teachers in social sciences, perhaps school librarians, talking about critical thinking, things like that. Possibly technology teachers in Sweden. Technology as a subject has a lot connection with technology and society. I'm not sure that's the case in all countries, but you might know better than me. All right. How to teach about AI friends for adolescents at a personal level. Good place to start, as I said, listen to what the students are thinking. And I think, this suggestion is to form trusted groups with the students so they feel that they can discuss kind of openly and let them discuss a number of questions concerning AI friends. And I have here a few suggestions that could help them reflect or get started or just digging into this matter of AI friends. And then after this, I think it makes sense to let them share thoughts with the whole class. Perhaps it's good to have an option to sharing thoughts anonymously, like in an online form or something like that. You can show on a screen and discuss or show what people are saying without anyone having their name by it. Another thing I think should be taught is talking about harmful AI relations. And here it's worth emphasizing that not all AI relations are harmful, but and the students should know this. It's not like having an AI friend is harmful in itself, but AI friends shouldn't replace human contact because that is, research seems to say that leads to bad stuff. AI may support and reinforce your beliefs even when they are kind of wacky or out of touch with reality or even harmful. And the standard chatbots and AI friends, they aren't built for mental health support. So you can't rely on them for getting the support needed if you are feeling really bad. And it doesn't mean you can't use them occasionally to get advice on what to do with your life or discussing something you find difficult, but relying on them for a longer time is not a good idea. Then also, the help available at school should be known to the students. let them know about warning signs they should be aware of, explain what to do if anyone is worried about themselves or a friend when it comes to AI friends. I talked more about this in the previous video. Informing parents. This is also kind of repeated from the last video, but in this case, I think it makes sense to always use parent meetings to get in contact with the parents and inform them about AI friends, risks with AI friends. Because when it comes to adolescents, I think the risks are greater than with children. And if you only use passive information like emails or information on a website, you'll miss the parents that probably need this the most. When it comes to societal level, I think there are two things that you should, that students should learn about in school when it comes to AI friends. The first one is understanding commercial interests and how they influence AI friends, because most chatbots, not all of them, but most chatbot services and AI friend services are governed by profit, driven by profit, not the well-being of the users. There are some exceptions to this. Usually it's kind of medical studies using chatbots and things like that, but there are exceptions. And it could be a good exercise to discuss what features that we see in AI friend services are aimed at creating profit and may actually harm well-being. And I think it makes sense to let the students discuss and come up with answers to this, but as a teacher, it might be good to know that we have push notifications driving the attention back to the AI friend. You have some romance flirting stuff that is also made to keep the engagement high. There's something called dark patterns that is kind of nasty things that uses more or less subconscious things to pull you back and keep you dependent on a service. You can Google dark pattern if you want to learn more about this. And then also discuss how could you start using, if you're using an AI friend, how could you start using it more deliberately? And how can we have a support system, or what kind of support in the services could be implemented to have more deliberate use by the users? And I think also it makes sense to discuss how should AI friend services be regulated in some way. We have age restrictions now. I don't think that's required by law, but they are in place. Should it be mandated by law? Should there be other regulations? If so, which? All right. Final topic I think students should learn about in school when it comes to AI friends is ideological influence. Large language models powering these AI friends, they reflect the values captured in the training data fetched mostly from the internet. This is complemented by something called fine-tuning, where the AI companies form these language models to better know what is considered good and bad, what is good manners, what is unacceptable, things like that. And this reflects the values expressed by these large language models, and not only the prompt that you give the chatbot when you use it. And this gives opportunity for a number of interesting discussions, like what kind of values are imbued in these the most common large language models from a global perspective. This is, I would say, West Coast, United States, white male values that are kind of dominant. And this is not the worst kind of values you could have, but they still reflect only a part of the global population. And when you have just a handful of large language models powering millions of AI friends, you have kind of the same values, the same personality reaching millions of people, which might affect culture and values for these people. And might seem bad, but you could also argue that this is not very different from how Hollywood films and TV series are affecting us right now. In Europe and Sweden, where I live, we have huge influence from the United States. But you could also discuss what happens if you use an AI friend built on a Chinese LLM, things like that. Another discussion, using AI friends for deliberate ideological influence from, say, a Chinese actor, but it could also be a lot of, a single company or someone hacking an AI friend service to tweak a system prompt or things like that to change the behavior of the AI friends. And how can we protect ourselves from such influence? That is also an interesting discussion. And I don't know that I have answers to much of this, but discussing them with the students could be really rewarding. All right. Exercise for this video will be kind of short and easy. It is, well, easy. It isn't easy, but just preparing a lesson on one of the topics covered here. And some things you might want to think about when doing this is like how would you handle potentially sensitive matters when it comes to AI enrollments, if it comes up discussions like that in your classroom. There might be cultural aspects affecting how you can or should discuss things like AI girlfriends and AI boyfriends. You could also just start by looking at recent news on AI friends. What is happening right now? How common is it in your part of the world? And things like that. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in another video.